Okay, we're going to cover everything you need to know about living in Cumming, Georgia. And according to niche.com, Cumming is one of the best places to live in Georgia. We're going to talk with you about all parts of Cumming, Georgia that you have not heard of so we can save you time and energy. We're going to show you a whole bunch of places that you're going to love to live. But more important, we're going to show you a whole bunch of places that you can cross off your list because you're going to hate to live there or the lifestyle it offers. So get out your pens and papers, pause this video whenever you need to because we're going to be covering a ton of information here in the three main zip codes in Cumming, Georgia. And the three zip codes are 30041, 30040, and 30028. This will be the only video that you'll need to watch because by the end of the video, you'll know for sure if Cumming, Georgia is the right place for you and your family. So grab a cup of coffee or adult beverage and let's get started. Okay, let's jump on the map here so I can show you where Cumming, Georgia is in comparison to Atlanta, especially if you're looking at Cumming here on a map. As you can see, Cumming, Georgia, I've highlighted here in red. And here's Atlanta, Georgia down here. If I do a quick directions to Atlanta, Georgia, just want to show you, it's about a little bit over 40 miles to get to Cumming, Georgia from Atlanta and back and forth. So it's not too bad of a drive. That's one of the things that people really enjoy about living out in Cumming, Georgia, a suburb of Atlanta, is that the drive is not too bad. So let's just go back to Cumming, Georgia. So I can zoom in here. Let's take a look here. There we go. Sort of shows you this red line again. So I'm going to zoom in a little bit so you can sort of see. So this red line is Cumming, Georgia. Also, Cumming is in Forsyth County, so the red line is all of Forsyth County that you can see here. And one of the things I like to point out to you is Lake Lanier. This is Lake Lanier right here. And you can see how large this lake is. The lake does border Cumming, Georgia right here, but it does border a couple other cities because it's so large. The northern part of Lake Lanier goes all the way up to Dawsonville and Merrillville and Gainesville and all the way down to the southern tip of the lake in Cumming, Georgia, and also you got Beaufort over here. I'm going to zoom in. We have approximately over 11 million people each year that comes and visits Lake Lanier, and that is about the same amount of people that visits Disney World in Epcot in Florida. So it's amazing how many people visit Lake Lanier every year. They come here to boat, they come here to fish, they come here to camp. Sometimes people will come here for Airbnbs. We have some major fishing tournaments here in Lake Lanier. So when it was first built, it was not built for people to come, but it just has attracted a lot of people to visit Lake Lanier each year. So like I said, it's about 11 million people every year. And the great thing about Lake Lanier and also Cumming, Georgia is that you'll see is that there are several areas that you can get onto the lake. So if you have a boat, you have a jet ski, you just want to come to the lake, there's several different areas that you can bring your boat, drop it into the lake here. There's some over here on the southern tip, some over here, and also some on the northern side. And also there are some other boat drops north Lake Lanier. Down here by Beaufort Dam, there is a lot of parks, and also there is a camping ground right around here on Beaufort Dam Road that people can stay at. And also a lot of people do come to the lake, take their boats out, and they will camp at some of the islands out here throughout the weekend as part of their adventures that they do here in Cumming, Georgia. Hey, it's Matthew here. I'm a real estate agent here in Georgia. I also relocated to Georgia from Florida over 16 years ago. If you're thinking about moving to Cumming, Georgia and the surrounding suburbs,
Go ahead, subscribe below so that way you can be the first to learn about the current market here in Cumming. My team and I love helping people just like you make a move here. So whether that's in 5 days or 9 months, give us a call, shoot us a text, or send us an email. All our contact information is in the description below. We'd love to help you make a smooth move here to Cumming and the surrounding suburbs.
I'm going to zoom out here a little bit just so you can see one of the things that you'll hear people say that live here in Cumming, and people who are, a lot of buyers are looking at living in Cumming, Georgia, is that Cumming is really known for the resort living, the outdoor lifestyle, the parks, the hiking trails, the outdoor living. That's one of the good things that Cumming has done in regards to the recreation parks. They've really planned this out really well, so there is a lot of great green space. Now, if I change the layer here, and you can see just to the forest, you can see how much green space is here in Cumming, Georgia. So you can see why so many people like living here that do want to hike and bike. So if I zoom in a little bit, I'm just going to pull up some of the different parks. You got Midway Park here, you got Fowler Park here, you got another park here. In the northern part, you have other parks, Swanee Mountain Park. So there is a lot of parks here in Cumming, Georgia, that if you like to be in the outdoors, and if you want to do some mountain hiking, want to go a little bit north, just about 1 hour north of Cumming, you can actually get to Amical Falls State Park, and that's where the Amical Falls actually starts. People hike from Amical Falls and they hike all the way up to Virginia and DC. So you can see just about an hour north of Cumming, you can really get up into the North Georgia mountains in a really quick drive. One of the great things that Georgia has done overall is the roads. They are really building a lot of highways, roads, creating a lot of good arteries and access. One of the reasons why a lot of people do move to Georgia. But as I shared earlier, a lot of people like living in Cumming, Georgia, because it's only about 40 miles north of getting to Atlanta, especially if you do work inside of Atlanta or have to get to the airport. It's not too far of a drive. Now, if you do fly into Atlanta Airport and you're coming to visit us and maybe go look at some homes, and you're going to be meeting us in Cumming, Georgia, then we would share with you that you'd want to take Highway 400, which you can see right here. Highway 400, also is known as Highway 19, goes all the way up to Cumming, Georgia, and continues heading north through Cumming up to Dawsonville and also into Dahlonega. So I want to zoom in a little bit so you can see the highways here. And one of the things that you'll see is that we have some major roads that go east and west through Highway 400. And the first main one that you'll come to is going to be exit 19. So if you're heading north on Highway 400, also known as Highway 19, and the first exit you get to when you do enter into Cumming, Georgia, is going to be exit 12. And then after exit 12, you'll go to exit 13, which is this exit right here. And from exit 13, if you go left, if it turns into Bethel Road, and that goes this way. And then if you go right, it's 141, which goes into Johns Creek in Duluth. As you can see, after exit 13, you have exit 14, which is a major exit. This exit takes you into downtown Cumming, which is right here. And also if you go right on exit 14, that's Highway 20, which goes towards Buford and Duluth. Now, if you do go through downtown Cumming from exit 14 and you go through downtown Cumming, it does turn into Highway 20 heading out towards Canton and Ball Ground area. And as you continue going north on Highway 400, you'll pass exit 15, 16, and then also 17, which is the last major exit here on Highway 400. You see here, it's also known as 369. is one of our last exits before you get into Dawsonville. So just want to share with you another thing that you'll see if you do come to visit Cumming. They are widening Highway 20. Now they've already widened Highway 20 going in this direction towards Buford and Duluth. They've already widened Highway 20, so that is already widened. It's a 4-lane highway from getting off at exit 14 and heading towards Buford and Duluth, which is going in this direction. Sugar Hill, and it goes already widened all the way to Mall of Georgia. And now what they're doing, which is really exciting news, is that they're going to be in the process of widening Highway 20, which is right here, all the way over to Canton. So this is going to be widening over the next several years to a 4-lane highway. So I was just recently driving through downtown Cumming, and I had to meet one of my buyers over here in Highway 20 in Canton. And because they're starting to widening it, it reduced my travel time from about 45 minutes to probably about 30 minutes, just because where they've already widened Highway 20 to 4-lane road, it really opened it up. So like I said, share with you, a lot of our buyers and a lot of people that live here are very excited, because before it was only a 2-lane highway going this direction, and if you really wanted to get on this side of the town, you really would have to come down Highway 400 here to come down this direction, and maybe even go down to 285 and up to 75. So you can see once these roads are widening, and that's one of the reasons why a lot of people like living in Cumming, Georgia, is the location of where it is in the state of Georgia. It's in a nice suburb, and we do have some great access to roads and highways. So if you do have to work down Atlanta, you have to get across town, really easy access to all these major cities around Cumming, Georgia. Okay, so let's take a look at downtown Cumming. Now, downtown Cumming is a nice downtown. They're starting to build it a little bit more, but a lot of people that live in Cumming, Georgia, really don't go to the downtown area as much as maybe the Alpharetta downtown or other downtowns, maybe like the Marietta Square. But they are starting to do some things in downtown Cumming, but there are some other things that you can do if you are looking for restaurants and outdoor activities that some of the other downtown areas like the Marietta Square or Alpharetta downtown area offers. But one of the things that we just built here in Cumming is the Cumming Center. I'm going to click on it here. So if you're in downtown, again, this is, as I shared with you, exit 14. You go into downtown Cumming, which is right here. And I'm actually just going to put you in downtown Cumming. I'm just put a little guy here. And mostly downtown Cumming is really mostly, let's zoom around here. This is really downtown Cumming. As you can see, we got the courthouse, we got probate court, we got the commissioner's office here, and if you go this direction, there are a couple stores, restaurants for most of the people that live, or that work in downtown Cumming can go to. But again, like I said, it does not have the nightlife that some of the other downtown areas have. But let me zoom back out and let's go over to, as I shared with you, the new Cumming Center. Here's the Cumming Center that you can see some of the attractions. Now this is the area that they just recently built. This is really turning into the area that people would come to if they're going on, wanted to come to and go to some restaurants. As you can see, they just built this out recently. And I'm just gonna walk in here a little bit with the little guy here. Actually, it doesn't allow me to walk any further, but this is where you got a lot of the restaurants that they just built over the last couple of years. So that's most of what is in downtown Cumming for nightlife. So let's take a look here. There are some apartments in downtown Cumming that you can rent. They do have some townhomes that they're building, some new construction townhomes here in Cumming. So as you can see, we do have the Cumming Fairgrounds here, and every year we do have the Fairground Festival that people can attend, which is a lot of people here in Cumming and the surrounding areas do like to come and bring their kids. So that's just another great attraction. One other thing I'd like to share with you about the roads. Another main road is Highway 9. If you see that here, Highway 9 goes parallel with Highway 400. And Highway 9 actually goes all the way up, as you can see, all the way up to Dawsonville. And it goes parallel with Highway 400. And as you can see, it goes all the way through Cumming here. So Highway 9 is another road that you can take if for some reason Highway 400 is really congested, that you can take if you want to head south or north. It goes parallel, it goes through Alpharetta, it goes through Roswell. And the interesting story about Highway 9, if you talk to some of the people who have been here for generations, is Highway 9 was known for the moonshiners. A lot of the moonshiners back in the 40s and 50s would drive Highway 9. They would drive their moonshine down from Dawsonville, and they would take their moonshine down to Atlanta. And so there's a lot of history of Highway 9 in regards to the moonshiners. Some of the famous NASCAR drivers have been born and raised here in Georgia. And a lot of people say that the moonshiners were sort of the first NASCAR drivers out there driving their cars really fast, and the cops were chasing them, and they were just trying to survive and make a living selling moonshine, and they would drive the moonshine down to the city of Atlanta and sell their moonshine. So a lot of history in and around Cumming and also in Dawsonville, especially with the moonshiners. All right, if you're looking at Cumming, Georgia, and you're looking at different parts of Cumming that you might be interested in moving to and buying a home, if you're looking to relocate to Georgia and looking at Cumming, Georgia, Cumming basically consists of 3 major zip codes. There's a couple other zip codes, but there's 3 of them that really entail most of the houses here in Cumming, Georgia. The first zip code, as you can see here to my left, I put in Cumming, Georgia 30028. And you can see the red line here. This basically encompasses that zip code. Here again is downtown Cumming. Right here, here's exit 14. And if you get off on exit 14, go through downtown, you head out 20 going towards Canton. You can see the red line here entails 30028. This is the northern part of the county. And the northern part of the county, you're going to have a lot of homes that are on larger lots. You're going to get a lot more space in regards to the homes that are being built. If you're looking for possibly communities or homes that do not have homeowner associations, you'll have a greater chance of finding them on the northern part of the county. And again, as you zoom in, I just like to change this just to show you the different how green it is. Also, as you can see here, we got the Swanee Mountain Park. We got the different parks here. And also, I'm going to put in a certain one of the houses here. Let's take a look here. Briarwood is a new community that's being built by Dior Horton. It's in the zip code. And if you're looking, sometimes my buyers will say, Matthew, we'd really like to look at what are some of the new construction communities in Cumming, Georgia. Briarwood would be one of those communities that we show you, especially if you're looking to purchase more on the northern part of the county. And as you can see here, this is the Briarwood area. And if I click here, it just shows you some of the homes that you can get here on Briarwood. Now, right across the street from Briarwood new construction community is another community called Grandview Manor. And Grandview Manor is right across the street here. It's a community that's a resale community. It's been built. It's not a new construction community, but if I put the little guy here and we take a look, we can sort of I can show you this community to sort of see what it looks like. Let's take a look here. If you drive into Grandview Manor, you're driving through, these are going to be some of the homes that you would see. As you can see that these homes are brick front homes, they're 2-story homes, hardy plank. Looks like this was done when this was still being built out, but this actually is already built out. When this was done on Google Maps. A lot of these homes are basement homes, some of them are slab homes. Again, these lots are a little bit larger, not as large as some of the lots you'll find in North Georgia, but you do have some homes that have a little bit more space than some of the other new construction communities that you'll find that are being built throughout Cumming Georgia. So let's get back out here. Let's go look at the map. One of the things I like to point out to you, if you are looking to live in the northern part of Cumming, Georgia, one of the things that a lot of buyers are not aware of, which is really exciting, is that if you are looking to buy a home north of 369, which would be again in this zip code here, 30028, and also 30041, which is up here, and also 41 comes down here, which we'll talk about later on this video. But one of the things about the USDA program, it is a urban program. It's a 100% funding for people with no money down. If you're eligible for the program, if you're interested about the program, let us know. We can show you the website that tells the details, the requirements that you have to financially be. But there are a lot of homes that you can purchase north of 369, and there is a little community right here that does dip into the USDA program, but it is 100% financing. Actually, one of my buyers, a first-time buyer, we helped them purchase a home in the USDA program, and they were able to get in 100% down. Again, there are some requirements that you have to meet, and there are some other requirements that we can go through. But if you are interested, if your down payment is very limited, then the USDA program is an excellent program for you to look at if you're interested in living north of 369, also known as Browns Bridge Road. Okay, so let's just take a look here. Again, we have talked a little bit about the parks and outdoor living, but I do want to pull up the Greenway walkway before we get into the next zip code. And you can see the Greenway. This is a map of the Greenway of all the different access points of the Greenway Trail. Now, the Greenway Trail was built, and what it goes all the way from Kelly Mill Road is an entrance point, and you can take the Greenway Trail all the way down. As you can see, goes all the way down through Cumming, South Cumming, and actually ends down here in Roswell. And as you can see, there is hiking, there is you can ride your bike, you can run. So it's an excellent trail that they have designed that winds through Cumming, the northern part, southern part, and actually goes down to Roswell. So for those of you who love to hike and love to get out on your bike, actually some friends and I, we got on some of their electric bikes, and we actually took the trail from Cumming down to Alpharetta. Had a great time. We were able to enjoy the outdoors, see some different type of wildlife, and really had a great time. The electric bikes are becoming really big around here because of all the different parks, and especially with the Greenway Trail, a lot of people can really utilize their electric bikes or just biking in general or running. So I just want to point that out to you, especially if you are looking at Cumming, Georgia. This is one of the great trails that we have here that really connects several different cities from Cumming to Alpharetta to Roswell. Okay, so we're going to be looking at the second zip code, is 30040. And as you can see here, it's a really large part of Cumming. As you can see, the red line outlines the zip code 30040. And it goes from, again, 369 Browns Bridge Road, goes down here, and it comes to downtown Cumming, and really heads out west down south. And this is really known as the south part of Cumming on the west side. A lot of times people will say, I live in South Cumming, west of 400, and they're just trying to give people an area of where they are. Again, we just looked at 30041, which is up here, and it goes around here to Silver City. So it just gives you, see how it's broken up. Now, when you're looking at homes in this area, especially if you start looking at homes on the southern part of Cumming, the prices do go up just because of the location. As you can see, when you live more in the southern part of Cumming, you're already, the southern part borders along Alpharetta, which is right around here. And then on this side, the west side, it borders Milton, and then Canton, Cherokee, and then Ball Ground. So people that live in this area, if they want to get Highway 9, head south, jump on 400, head down to the city, or if they want to take some of the back roads, or even take Highway 20, which is, as I shared with you earlier, is being widened to 4-lane highway, and want to get across town on Highway 20 towards Canton. So you can see why a lot of people like this area. Easy access to all your major highways, roads to get to downtown and get across the state to other areas here. So I'm going to zoom in a little bit just so you can see some of the parks. You got Milton Park here, and at Milton Park, we have baseball fields, we have a lacrosse field there, tennis courts there. Just a couple weeks ago, I met some of my friends, and we played tennis at Piedmont Park. Piedmont Park is on Post Road, so that's a road there that a lot of homes are on. We're gonna look at a couple of homes here on Post Road, and then also Bethel View. As I shared with you, Bethel View is the road that if you're going up Highway 400, it's going to be exit 13. You'll head left onto Bethel Road. So this is a major artery. You got several different communities all throughout here. Fowler Park, it's a really another large park. They have soccer fields. They got tennis courts. They actually have a skating ramp area there for kids. And a lot of my friends that have kids that like to skate, I'll meet them over at Fowler Park, and their kids just really enjoy the skate park there. So it's definitely a big attraction. And for some of the kiddos that like to get into hockey, we actually have the ice. As you can see here, there's an ice skating rink on Highway 9. And actually we do have hockey tournaments there. So if your kids are interested in getting into hockey, as I said, lacrosse is really big here. Soccer is really big here. One of the great things that Georgia is doing overall, especially here in Cumming, is they are building a lot of parks and recreations areas that have lacrosse fields, soccer fields, football fields, so the kids can pursue any interest in sports, especially if they want to play at the college level. So let's zoom in here and let's take a look at some of the, I'm going to take Post Road just so you can see. We got Vickery Village Community right here, as you can see here. And then just right across the road, we have Polo Fields. Polo Fields does have a golf course. I'm going to see if I can change it here. You can see the golf course right here. It is a private golf course. But a lot of people that live in this community and live in some of the communities around it are members of this golf course. I've actually played in the golf course with a friend of mine that was a member. It's a very nice golf course, has some great holes to play on. And also here is one of the soccer fields. This is the UFA soccer fields of Polo. We have a lot of kids playing soccer there on the weekends. So again, I'm going to turn this off so you can see soccer fields there. We have One Life Fitness. So right here, I'm going to bring my little guy here, and you can sort of see, I'm going to drop him right here at the light, and you'll be able to see, okay, One Life Fitness is right over there. And then we have, this is Vickery. So as you can see, this is the front entrance of Vickery. It is a master plan community. have a lot of different restaurants that people that live in Vickery and around Vickery can come to. This is a community that a lot of people use their golf carts to drive up to the front of the community here, as you can see. Just trying to get around here so you can see some of the different restaurants. This is a Mexican restaurant here, Cinco's. Also, you can have they have music playing in the evenings on the rooftop. And also, there at Vickery, I want to point out to you one of the great things that Georgia has done over the last couple of years is there's been several they have approved for breweries to be open in. We have the Cherry Street Brewing Village Cafe right here at Vickery Village. And actually, this Cherry Street Brewing is home of Rick Tanner's. There's a restaurant right next door. And it was the father that opened Rick Tanner's, and the son is a master brewer, and he started this. I believe it was one of the first brewing companies in Cumming, Georgia, and they've actually won several different awards for their different beers. And you can go in there, as I shared with you, they'll have different beers for the week, for the month. And I'm just looking to see how I can zoom around there. Let's see here. And that is Cherry Street Brewing. So they have some indoor, they have some outdoor. They also serve food there. So it's a great place. As you can see, there's several different restaurants. There's a little green space over here for the kiddos to come and play on or run around. People can bring their dogs. So it is a very family-focused type of community. A lot of people live in this area off of Post Road, and just down Post Road here to Highway 9, we have Publix right here. So we have Publix here, and just down the road here we have Walmart right here. So it's really, if you need to get to the store, get to a Publix, get to a Kroger, get to a Walmart, it's only about 15 or 20 minutes if you live at Vickery or Apollo. So it's really easy access to get there. Now, there's websites like greatschools.org or School Digger that you can take a look at. But one of the things that Cumming is well known for is top-rated schools based on what these websites have ranked our schools for. And a lot of people who are moving to Cumming do look at these websites, and they do find out that Cumming has some of the top schools in the state. And if you do live in 30040, especially here in Vickery in this area here, Polo Field, then if your children do go to a high school, West Forsyth High School, which is right here, which would be one of the high schools that they might go to. Also, if you take Post Road and go this direction, down here, because we've had such tremendous growth, a lot of people moving here, they're continuing to build a lot of other high schools, middle schools, and elementary schools. But Denmark High School is another high school that your child might go to if you're in a high school that lives in 30040. So that's why we're having a lot of people that are looking to move into Cumming, Georgia, because of all the great schools that Cumming, Georgia has to offer. Again, we would share with you to take a look at greatschools.org, but that's one of the reasons why Cumming is really exploding in this area, because of the education. And if you're looking at getting great education through our public school systems, these are not private schools, definitely take a look at the schools here in Cumming. I think you will be impressed with what we have heard from these different websites. Okay, the last zip code we're going to look at here in Cumming, Georgia is 30041. And if you type over here, Cumming, Georgia 30041, you'll see it outlined in red. And you can see it there. You can see it sort of is on the right side, which is the east side of 400. So if you're driving north on 400 and you go and you enter into Cumming, Georgia, on the right side is going to be 30041. And as you can see, these homes are on the southern part of Cumming, and it goes all along Lake Lanier and goes all the way up to the top. So it does encompass a big part of the county on the right side of 400, from the southern tip all the way to the northern tip. So let's take a look here at 30041. As I shared with you, you are looking for the USDA program. As I shared with you earlier, any homes that are north of 369, also known as Browns Bridge Road, you can look up the homes in the USDA program to see if they are registered as eligible homes. But as I shared with you, anything north of 369, you have a great chance of those homes being in the USDA program. So as you can see here, there's a big part of North Cumming that might be eligible for the program on both sides of Highway 400. This side is zip code 30041, and this side is, again, as I shared with you, is zip code 30028. And one of the first communities I'd like you to take a look at is Hampton Golf Community right here. This is a beautiful community. Actually, we have done a video, a guide video of Cumming Georgia that we definitely would encourage you to take a look at. That really goes a little bit more in depth with some of these communities that I've talked about today here on our map tour. But Hampton Golf Village is a community, really nice community. This actually is a public golf course. This is a golf course that a lot of times I'll visit with my family and friends, and if they want to go golfing on a public golf course, we'll actually go to Hampton Golf Course here in Northern Cumming as an option if you do like to golf. And I'm just going to put the little guy here, and I'm going to bring you in here into this community so you can sort of see what this community looks like. I'm going to drop you in here. And again, this is a little bit more mature community. You're going to have, again, because you're on the northern part of Cumming, you're going to see that these houses are a little bit larger, more mature trees, larger homes. You're going to, again, get a little bit better bang for your buck when you're living and purchasing in the northern part of Cumming compared to the southern part of Cumming. But this is a really nice community. As you can see, brick 2-story homes. Some have basements, some have slabs, some have brick, some have stone, hardy plank siding. And if I go back up here again, take a look. I just want to show you the golf course. If I can get you in there, let's take a look here. I think if we're right around there, you might get a nice view, and there's the golf course. So this is a nice, as you can see here, when you're driving into this community, you got a nice view of the golf course that you'll see here that people will be playing at. They do have a swimming pool, tennis courts, clubhouse, again, the golf clubhouse here. So you have everything here, and also, as you saw on the map, easy access to Highway 400, also known as Highway 19. If you head north on 400, then you would go into Dawsonville here, and then you would head south down 400. Also, the great thing is with Highway 369, if you wanted to get over to Canton, you would go in this direction. You could take Highway 369 to get to Canton. And if you wanted to get over to Gainesville, then you would take Browns Bridge Road 369 going this way, over some bridges and over Lake Lanier, which would take you over to Gainesville. So that's one reason why a lot of people like living in this community, especially if they like golfing, is also the location, easy access to Highway 400. So if we go down here, let's take a look here. Now, the next community I'd like to take a look at is Shady Shores. These homes in this area, if someone is a first-time home buyer, this is a great starter home area that people can purchase. Also, it's very easy access to Lake Lanier. And just from where we are at up here in northern part of Cumming. At the last community, if you drive south down Highway 400 going towards downtown Cumming, before you get to exit 14, then you would take Pilgrim Mill Road, which is right here, get off on exit 400, and you go this direction. And this whole area right in here is also known as the Shady Shores area. And as I shared with you, probably just about 5 minutes right down here, there actually is the Tidwell park boat ramp, and you can bring your boats, your jet skis, and you can drop yourself right into the water right here, just 5 minutes from Shady Shore. So we have a lot of people that are looking in this area, especially if they're first-time buyers. They have a budget that they're looking at. You have some really good homes here. And also there are some townhomes on the other side of 400, just right over here, that you can look at. And you actually have the Cumming Aquatic Center. If you do like to go swimming, take your kids there. They have slides. It's just another activity that you can do. But again, you got Lake Lanier here, a lot of outdoor water sport access to right here at Shady Shores. So let's continue heading down 400. We're going to go to our last community in the zip code, which is Windermere Community. And you would basically get down Highway 400. You would take exit 14 and you would jump off on 20 and you would head east, and you would go in this direction as if you're going to Sugar Hill, Buford. But before you get to Sugar Hill, Buford, Windermere Parkway is right here, and you actually would get off on this street. This is where you have Windermere. You got another golf course. It is a private golf course, but a lot of people that live around here are members of the golf course. There's swimming pools and One Life Fitness right here within this community, easy drive. And also you have the Chattahoochee River, which comes down here. So you got people who are doing trout fishing. So I'm just going to take a little man here so you can take a look. Let's take a look at this community here. Let's drop you in here. And you can see here, you got some beautiful homes, brick front homes, 3-level homes, large 5,000 square foot homes here. There are some nice lots, as you can see, just some really beautiful homes here in Windermere Community. This is another master plan community. It's a huge community. As I come back out here, you can see Windermere over here. And the Windermere community consists of several different communities all up and down Windermere Parkway. So a lot of people like living here also. If you like to play golf, outdoor living, if you'd like to trout fish, also you do have easy access to Lake Lanier. But if you are someone who needs to drive to Buford or Sugar Hill, people like living on this side of town, also you can take Windermere Parkway south and it will take you all the way down here to Highway 141, which will take you to Johns Creek, Duluth area, or if you want to jump onto Highway 400. So this is another area that people really enjoy living in because the locations, the schools, again, high schools, middle schools, elementary schools, got some excellent high top rated schools in this area. Again, definitely check out School Digger and other websites that can share with you what those ratings are for you. So the last thing I'd like to share with you, because as we do have buyers that are calling us or looking at Cumming, they do ask us, Matthew, is there any new construction home communities in Cumming, Georgia? And yes, there are. Because so many people are looking to move here, there are several builders that are building in Cumming. They're building in all 3 of the zip codes that I just shared with you. And you can see here, let's take a look here. We got Pulte Homes, D.R. Horton. We have Toll Brothers building homes here in Cumming. So if you are looking for new construction, just because you rather purchase something that's new, smells fresh, nobody's lived in it before, we understand you want everything, all the bells and whistles, then we can show you all the new construction communities. But I just want to show you this map here is that we do have several different new construction communities being built throughout Cumming and the surrounding areas.
There you have it, Cumming, Georgia. We covered the 3 main zip codes. We even looked at the lifestyle, outdoor living, and different communities that Cumming has to offer. So it's really going to depend on what may fit your budget and also what type of lifestyle that you're looking for. If you're still on the fence about moving to Cumming, Georgia, or you want some more information, make sure you check out our other video, Cumming Georgia Complete Tour. Make sure you take a look at our next video that YouTube is recommending. We also have a great playlist if you'd like to look at other videos about living in Cumming, Georgia and the surrounding suburbs. As we always say here on our channel, we make the world a better place, one person, one family, one investor at a time through the power of real estate.